Amend Chapter 21 in Village Administrator, second reading. I'll entertain a motion to approve.
So made.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Could I have staff report, please?
This is coming for second reading. We reviewed it 2 weeks ago. Make some changes to the village administrators section and one change to the mayor's. If there's any questions.
Is there any trustee discussions? I see none. We'll take roll call.
Trustee Tamman.
Aye.
Kidd.
Nay.
Wilson.
Aye.
Yo.
Aye.
Beck.
Nay.
Snodgrass.
Aye.
4 ayes and 2 nays.
Ordinance 07-13 has passed. Next, we have new business. First, we have ordinance 20-13, 7620 Elm Avenue. It's up for clothing pantry, first reading. I'll entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Could I have staff report, please?
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. The subject property sits just north of North Park Church of Christ at 7620 Elm Avenue. In 2005, the church was granted a special use permit for a food pantry, which is Helping Hands Pantry. Now they'd like to do a clothing pantry and to utilize the parsonage for that use. Staff recommendation was for approval. Planning and Zoning Commission recommended approval, and Planning and Economic Development Committee recommended approval as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Carrie. Is there any trustee discussion? Trustee Beck.
Your Honor, I'd just like to comment that, I've been involved with that since it's in my district, and the pantry does a super job, helping those families that need that service, and this is just another extension of that, and I think it's very appropriate.
Thank you, Trustee Beck. Is there any more discussion? I see none. We will take roll call.
Trustee Kidd.
Aye.
Wilson.
Aye.
Yo.
Aye.
Beck.
Aye.
Snodgrass.
Aye.
Tamman.
Aye.
6 ayes, no nays.
Ordinance 20-13 has passed. The next 4 items, B, C, D, and E, I would like to invoke the Omnibus Act on this, and I'll entertain a motion to approve that.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? We take roll call, please.
Trustee Snodgrass.
Aye.
Tamman.
Aye.
Kidd.
Aye.
Wilson.
Aye.
Yo.
Aye.
Beck.
Aye.
6 ayes, no nays.
Has been approved. I'll entertain a motion to approve ordinance 20-13, ordinance 22-13, ordinance 23-13, and ordinance 24-13 for first reading.
I move we approve 21, 22, 23, and 24.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Could I have staff report, please?
Yes, thank you. A Myers store and gas station are planned to be constructed at 1770 West Lane Road. Upon initial site plan review by staff, it was determined that 4 variances would be needed for 3 for signage, 1 for parking, in order for them to build the way they intend to build. The first variance is for freestanding sign height from 10 feet to 35 feet in sign area from 100 square feet to 122.6 square feet. For that, staff recommended denial. Planning and Zoning Commission recommended approval, and Planning and Economic Development Committee recommended approval. Ordinance 22-13 is for a variance in total sign area from 400 square feet to 910 square feet. Staff recommended approval for this one. Planning and Zoning Commission recommended approval, and Planning and Economic Development Committee recommended approval. Ordinance 2313 was for a variance in off-premise sign area from 32 square feet to 55 square feet at 2 locations for this development. For this variance, staff recommended denial. Planning and Zoning Commission recommended approval 5-2. And Planning and Economic Development Committee recommended approval. The last ordinance, 2413, is for parking. They are required to have 751 parking spaces based on the size of the building. However, they're asking for a variance to allow 720 spaces. Staff recommendation was for approval. Planning and Zoning Commission recommended approval, and Planning and Economic Development Committee recommended approval as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Carrie. Is there any trustee discussion?
The only one that seemed like it had any amount of discussion at committee was the off-premise square footage variance for, for off-premise. And I have my own reservations regarding that, as far as the village ordinance is concerned. But in the whole of all of those four, I will be voting yes.
Thank you, Trustee Beck. Is there any more discussion? I see none. We'll take roll call.
Okay, Trustee Wilson.
Aye.
Yo.
Aye.
Beck.
Aye?
Snodgrass.
Aye.
Tammon.
Aye.
Kidd.
Aye.
Mayor Boland.
Aye.
7 ayes, no nays.
Ordinance 21-13, ordinance 22-13, ordinance 23-13, ordinance 24-13 has passed for first reading. Next, we have ordinance 25-13, 10821 Norman Avenue, variance size and height of accessory structure, first reading. I'll entertain a motion to approve.
So made.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Could I have staff report, please?
Yes, thank you. As you said, this is for variance in accessory building size from 1,800 square feet to 1,980 square feet, and for accessory building height from 15 feet to 24 feet. The property is located at 10821 Norman Avenue. It is a 2.86 acre property, and according to our village code, lots that are half acre in size or larger can have accessory buildings up to 1,800 square feet. However, the petitioner, Mr. Shields, wishes to build his accessory building 1,980 square feet. Staff recommendation was for denial. Planning and Zoning Commission recommended approval 5-1, and Planning and Economic Development Committee recommended approval. Thank you.
Thank you, Carrie. Is there any trustee discussion?
I'll let Eric go.
I'll let Eric go first.
Trustee Beck.
Go ahead, Jim. Yes, sir.
Well, I just wanted to bring up the discussion that was held at the committee level regarding the driveway and curb cut related to this building. And our normal requirement is for a driveway that goes in, of course, to be paved within a certain amount of time. And I think that in this motion, if you're inclined to approve this variance, we need to address some sort of a condition that would provide for a driveway to the front of that building or the eventual paving of that driveway within a certain time frame. It does leave an open item, an open issue, unresolved if we were to approve this building but not make accommodations to get to it. So that's my comment.
Thank you, Tim. Trustee Beck.
Yes, I have no problem on these larger lots going a little larger in the square footage of a building to be, a person to be able to get their boats and their equipment in a building. But going from a height of 15 to 24, that's pretty sizable increase in the height. And due to that, I'll be voting no on this evening.
Thank you, Trustee Beck. Is there any more discussion? I see none. We'll take roll call.
Trustee Yo.
Aye.
Beck.
Nay.
Snodgrass.
Aye.
Tammon.
Aye.
Kidd.
Aye.
Wilson,
Aye.
Mayor Boland.
Aye.
6 ayes, 1 nay.
Ordinance 2513 has been approved for first reading. Next, we have ordinance 26-13, 1001 West Lane Road, variance fence height, first reading. I entertain a motion to approve.
So made.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Could I have staff report, please?
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. This property is Onyx Bar and Grill. They expanded their outdoor patio on the south side of the restaurant, and they've constructed a new, taller fence around the new patio area. This new portion of fencing is 6 feet tall with 2 foot of lattice on top. After the fact, Onyx was informed that fences cannot exceed 6 feet in height, so they're applying for this variance in fence height from 6 feet to 8 feet. Staff recommendation was for approval. Planning and Zoning Commission recommended approval, and Planning and Economic Development Committee recommended approval as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Carrie. Is there any trustee discussion? I see none. We'll take roll call.
Trustee Beck,
Present.
Snodgrass,
Aye.
Tamman,
Aye.
Kidd,
Aye.
Wilson,
Aye.
Yo,
Aye.
Mayor Boland.
Aye.
6 ayes, 1 nay.
Ordinance 26-13 has been approved for
What?
first reading.
Did Eric vote no?
He voted present.
Then it should be designated in the minutes that he voted present.
Okay. Okay.
The next 4 items, item H, I, J, and K. I will entertain a motion to invoke the Omnibus Act on this.
So made.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion?
I have a question for Trustee Snodgrass. My question is, the people's land, that's all resolved now?
Yes.
Okay.
I do not have a
I
second.
apologize. We need to have a second before we go into discussion. So
Did
we
I
get
have a second?
Did we get a second?
I did.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
we have
okay.
second.
We
That's
have-
only
that's
on
okay.
the Omnibus Act.
That's only on the Omnibus Act.
Okay, sorry.
What you're referring to is 5211 Summerhawk. I spoke with the attorney, and he explained to me that we're actually doing these people a favor, because if their property were to have some damage to it, they could not rebuild in the same location, and they would have to move it over. So by giving them this variance, they can rebuild their property and everything exactly as it is. And I stopped by their home and explained that to them, and they were very pleased with the fact that, we were looking out for their best interest.
Thank you.
Is there any more discussion? We'll take a roll call on this.
Okay, this is on
Oh,
to
yeah.
revoke the Omnibus Act.
Mhm.
Okay. Trustee Tamman,
Aye.
Kidd,
Aye.
Wilson,
Aye.
Yo,
Aye.
Beck,
Aye.
Snodgrass.
Aye.
6 ayes, no nays.
The omnibus has been approved for H, I, J, and K. I'll entertain a motion to approve ordinance 27-13, ordinance 28-13, ordinance 29-13, and ordinance 30-13.
So made.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Could I have staff report, please?
Thank you, Your Honor. With the next phase of Route 173 reconstruction eastward, roadway improvements will be extended north along Forest Hills Road and Mitchell Road. And 4 properties will be losing front yard area due to this right-of-way acquisition that's going to take place with these roadway improvements. Ordinance 2713 is for 9620 Forest Hills Road, which is going to need a front setback variance from 30 feet to 11 feet. Ordinance 2813 is for 1700 Hutchins Road, which would need a front setback variance from 30 feet to 5 feet.